Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are taking a fascinating journey that honestly pushes the very boundaries of our reality. We're starting out with some hard astrophysics, and then we're going to move all the way to the totally unexplained, kind of eerie edges of human experience. We're talking about time travel, but not just as a fun science fiction trope, you know? We're looking at it as a serious scientific pursuit and maybe even a naturally occurring phenomenon. So get comfortable, because this is going to be a wild ride.
So can grief actually rewrite the laws of physics? Can it literally reverse the arrow of time? To really understand this profound question, we have to travel back to a small American home in the year 1955. Just imagine, a dimly lit room. A TV repairman is taking his final breaths. Beside him sits his terrified 10-year-old son, just listening to the agonizingly slow rhythm of his father's breathing, ticking away like a clock. Then, sudden silence. In that tragic moment, a father passed away, and a young boy lost his entire world. For that 10-year-old, his dad was his whole life.
Now, a trauma like that could easily push a young kid down a really dark path. But instead of turning to crime or despair just to survive, this devastated boy turned to books. He made literature his refuge, and one specific book completely changed his destiny. H.G. Wells' classic novel, The Time Machine. This wasn't just entertainment for him, it sparked a desperate, lifelong obsession. He made a literal vow to build a real, functioning time machine so he could travel to the past and save his dad. Well, that young boy actually grew up to become the renowned astrophysicist Ronald Mallet.
So the crucial point is, how do you take a science fiction dream and make it reality? Well, Mallet looked directly to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. Basically, the universe is made of this space-time fabric. Einstein taught us that extreme gravity bends and curves this fabric. The greater the gravity and the deeper the curve, the slower time passes. Mallet realized something incredible. If you could manipulate this curvature, you might just be able to manipulate time itself.
And Mallet didn't just sit around theorizing. He developed a concrete three-step process. First, apply immense gravity. Second, use highly concentrated ring lasers to physically twist that space-time fabric. And third, twist it so much that it actually folds back on itself, creating a continuous loop. Mallet argued that within this twisted laser loop, a traveler could seamlessly jump from the past to the future and the future back to the past. When he presented this prototype concept, it completely stunned the scientific community. A little boy's dream of saving his father was suddenly a serious astrophysical proposition.
But here is exactly where the scientific community pushed back. Ultimately, scientists rejected Mallet's laser prototype because it had a massive fatal flaw. It was basically a one-way ticket. He couldn't definitively explain how a traveler would get back to their original future. And even worse, if you did go back, what happens if you change something? How would altering the past impact the future? Without any solid solutions to these catastrophic paradoxes, Mallet's incredible concept was largely shelved, and the hype kind of faded away.
But let's see how this builds into an entirely different kind of time travel story. Fast forward to November 2000. On an internet forum called the Time Travel Institute, an incredibly detailed series of posts appeared from someone claiming to be an American soldier named John Titor. But Titor claimed he wasn't from the year 2000. He said he was an operative sent back by the government from the year 2036. And his temporal journey wasn't just some joyride, he had a highly specific mission to complete.
Titor explained that he was sent all the way back to 1975 with one specific goal: secure an IBM 5100 computer. According to his posts, this exact machine was literally the only one that had the original early programming language required to fix a devastating computer glitch in his future. So he successfully grabbed the computer in '75, but decided to make a quick pit stop in the year 2000. Why? Just to gather some family photos. And then, after leaving these messages, John Titor abruptly vanished from the internet, never to be heard from again.
But right before Titor vanished, he left behind a totally fascinating theoretical solution to the exact paradoxes that ruined Ronald Mallet's machine. The source material attributes this to Werner Heisenberg, who is historically known as a German physicist who worked under the Nazi regime and helped develop their atomic program. But setting the history aside for a second, the theory presented here is just mesmerizing. It suggests that space is basically like a resilient child. If an error or a change is introduced, the universe doesn't break. It naturally corrects itself over time.
To really understand why this matters, we have to look at the ultimate time travel brain breaker, the grandfather paradox. Step 1, you travel to the past. Step 2, you accidentally, or I guess intentionally, eliminate your grandfather. Step 3, because he's gone, your father is never born. which means you are never born. Step 4, because you don't exist, you obviously can't travel back in time to eliminate him in the first place. It's this endless, impossible loop of existence and non-existence that dictates time travel simply cannot work.
And this brilliantly illustrates why the Heisenberg effect is such a game changer. If we apply that theory to the paradox, the universe actually features an auto-correction mechanism. If you go to the past and create a paradox, the universe just absorbs the error and eventually bends things back to normal. The timeline heals itself. According to this logic, time travel is completely theoretically harmless. You couldn't break the future even if you tried, because the universe wouldn't let you remember or maintain that altered timeline.
Now, up until now, we've talked about time travel as a strictly mechanical process, right? Lasers, gravity, secret government machines. But what if we don't need a machine at all? Let's shift our focus to the eerie, unexplained edges of our reality. The source material points to the idea that time machines aren't the only way to bend reality. Sometimes time and space just glitch entirely on their own.
Take this chilling case from just 4 years ago in an undisclosed American town. A family had just moved in, and 2 kids were exploring behind their house after school. They stepped onto a nearby road that was usually bustling with traffic and completely clear on the sides. But the very moment their feet hit the pavement, everything changed. The busy road was instantly deserted, and suddenly it was flanked by these incredibly thick, tall, bizarrely red trees that absolutely did not belong there.
Terrified, the kids ran straight home. But when they returned the very next day to investigate, the road was loud and busy again, and those tall red trees were completely gone, without a single trace left behind. When scientists analyzed this baffling account, they hypothesized something called a parallel universe glitch. This is a theoretical, ultra-rare event where 2 parallel universes temporarily overlap. For a brief moment, those kids were quite literally looking at the landscape of another dimension superimposed right over their own.
But parallel universes are about seeing alternate realities. What about actually seeing the past without a machine? Let's move back in time to the year 1901. 2 English women, Eleanor Jourdain and Charlotte Mobley, were taking a relaxing vacation in France. They decided to visit the legendary Palace of Versailles. They were just regular tourists enjoying a walk until they stepped into a specific area of the palace grounds.
During what is now famously known as the Versailles Incident, as they walked through the property, the atmosphere shifted entirely. Suddenly, they were surrounded by people wearing retro-chromatic clothing straight out of the 1780s. And the most shocking part of the whole thing? They claimed to have clearly seen Queen Marie Antoinette herself, just sitting quietly and sketching in a book. Spooked, they rushed away to find a guide. But when they returned to that exact spot moments later, the Queen, the people, the clothes, all of it was gone. It was just a normal, modern room again.
When anomalous researchers dive into cases like the Versailles Incident, they don't call it a parallel universe glitch. They call it a time slip. A time slip is exactly what it sounds like, a naturally occurring phenomenon where a person temporarily slips backward into the past, or the shadows of history momentarily slip forward into our present. Amazingly, some researchers even suggest that many reported ghost sightings around the world aren't spirits of the dead at all, but rather fleeting, temporary time slips where our reality briefly overlaps with history. Which brings us to a final, completely mind-bending thought to wrap up our explainer today. We know the arrow of time only moves in one direction, forward. It literally never stops. So, if you were to somehow step into the past, whether through Ronald Mallett's laser loop, John Titter's machine, or a natural time slip, does that past instantly cease to be history because you are experiencing it right then in your present consciousness? Does stepping into the past simply create a brand new future? It's a question that challenges absolutely everything we know about reality. Thank you for exploring the science and mystery of time travel with me today. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.